Soupy.
I was about to say.
We are live. We are number 5.
I was about to say.
5, yes. All the old movie references. We use those every week. So, and we're starting to move around the store so that you get a different background every week. So we're going to move around instead of sitting in the same place. See if the lighting's any better, you know. I think maybe this time we didn't get focused in real good.
Oh,
there.
no.
You know, so you got it to where I can't adjust it.
I apologize. Oh, I do, don't I?
Yep. Hold on. We're gonna... Well, no, I don't know what I'm doing. We're just gonna have to let it run that way, boys and girls. We're just gonna have to let it run that way. Everybody's going, what in the frick is he doing? All right, so Alan's hitting some buttons, sharing us out to some groups and everything, and I'm here to welcome y'all to our 10th anniversary special. Woo! Woohoo! Not the 10th anniversary of Chatter of the Squirrels, but the 10th anniversary of
Grove Gamers Guild.
Grove Gamers Guild. 10 years ago today, I opened up. It was a Friday, not a Thursday. But I opened up, and that was during the time of Rise of the Eldrazi was a set that, well, it was Core Set, sorry.
Yeah.
Core Set's what was out. And then Scars of Mirrodin came out later in September or early October. So that was the first set that I sold new, was Scars of Mirrodin. So anyway, 10 years ago, so welcome to our show. We're going to talk a little bit tonight, different things. Alan's still hitting the button.
I'm just about done.
I'll start an intro here. I always like writing the intro, so I did write one. So welcome back, all ye loyal subjects of the Squirrel Crown. Welcome to the 82nd edition of Chatter of the Squirrels, celebrating 10 years of Grove Gamers Guild. We're going to bring you something old, something new, something... No, wait a second. That's the wrong thing. Nobody's getting married. Sorry. Anyway, we got a lot of stuff, and it's all loaded up for you, so we're ready to pull the trigger on it. So let's start by taking an aim at what's coming up. Weekly events, we go over those first every week, same thing. And then we've got the sale event, we've got Zendikar Rising previews, and we got a Mirrodin Besieged pre-release faction booster box. I know that's a mouthful.
Yeah.
But I did an auction for it. And Alan, can you get that spun so that we can dial in a little bit?
Yeah.
Can you make that
I'll
work?
disappear from camera for a second and I'll make it work.
Yeah. I'd appreciate that because I feel like there's all this stuff up here and we're down here, you know. So he's gonna make it work, he says. So I don't know if he is or not, but he's trying. We're gonna give him an A for effort, and wow, now you're trying to show him our shoes.
I got it.
Show him tall shoes. I don't know. Chop my head off.
Well,
you're taller than me. This is the fun part, watching him adjust on the fly. That's a little better right there. Ooh, all right.
Here we are,
How's
guys.
that? All right.
Good to see everybody this week.
All right, so we will be doing that box opening at the end like we always do.
Mirrodin Besieged faction packs, or right, faction packs?
Yeah, so back in those days, before we had kits, we used to just get 6 packs of the new set and open them. And then they started trying some different things. And with Mirrodin, they gave us faction packs. They separated them into Mirrans and Phyrexians. And there was Mirran packs and Phyrexian packs. So there's 2 kinds of packs. So when you came out to the pre-release, you got 3 regular packs from New Phyrexia, or Mirrodin Besieged, and you got 3 packs of the faction of your choice. You had to choose either Phyrexians or Mirrans. And so that was one of the early things they did before they got onto the kits we have now.
Right. We've seen similar stuff with like guild kits.
Yeah. That came around Return to Ravnica. They did that. So anyway, as always, I am your number 1 co-host and owner of Grove Gamers Guild, Darren Dobbs. I am the deranged hermit, lover of squirrels and all things Selesnya. My most honorable and esteemed co-host is my son Alan Dobbs. He is the nut collector, the gruelerlist of the grueler.
I'm here to remind you that math is for blockers.
And I don't know, he said he was going to add some stuff to that. I don't know. He's reminding you there's blockers. Royal title. Of course, we did just wrap up
Commander League for the week.
Commander, so we played some Commander, had a good time, had a couple pods running. And that's every Thursday night from 6 to 9, so come out for that. And we have to end it so that we can run this at 9:30, so I do run you out on Thursday nights. Friday night, sometimes we're here till 2 o'clock after F&M when we have it, and sometimes Saturday night we play. Tomorrow night, Retro Sealed.
Yes.
So I talked a little bit about how they started playing with the kit idea.
Right.
With Return to Ravnica, they gave us guild kits. And I have 10 of those left. So the first 10 people who come out for Retro Draft tomorrow night are going to get to play in a Retro Draft
Sealed.
Return to Ravnica sealed event with those kits.
Which is cool.
And I only have 2 of each of 5 different kits. Yep. So as you register, you'll get to choose what you want. And 10 is the max. So once we fill up, we're filled. That's what we're doing tomorrow night as part of Limited Month this month. All of our events other than Commander are limited.
Yep.
So we're doing that. That's Retro Sealed. And the Return to Ravnica pre-release kits is what we're using. And there's nobody out there old enough to get this, but I found them in an old mayonnaise jar under Funkin' Wagnall's porch. Nobody out there knows who Karnak is. Do any of you know who Johnny Carson is? Or Ed McMahon? Or The Tonight Show? Google it.
Anyway, the Tonight Show still exists.
The same price as it was 8 years ago. It's going to be $25.
Awesome.
And you got a chance for Shocklands and just a lot of fun.
Yep.
Each box has a promo card in it, just like they do now.
Just like now.
Then on Saturday, I've got a 16-player invitational chaos draft.
Yeah.
And I didn't grab stuff, so maybe I let you handle it here in a little bit, and I go grab some stuff to show off.
I can do that.
Because I forgot to grab it. I have had a whirlwind of a day. I'm just going to tell you right now, because I don't got a funny anecdote, but I have a whirlwind of a day. I made plans just yesterday to go see a store that had closed, see their Magic singles inventory. And, well, I ended up making an offer. It got accepted. And then I had to transport a little under 500,000 cards to the store. So I had a busy day. So my inventory is going to double on what I have. But it will take weeks/months to process probably close to 400,000 cards.
Yeah.
So don't come in going, did you get? Because I don't know. So
it'll be fine.
Give me a little bit of time to process, but I am going to be increasing the holdings there. So that is coming. So anyway, that pre-release or the invitational I was talking about is 16 players I invited. They show up. We're going to draft. They get to keep all the stuff they drafted. It's a $10 entry fee, and that's just to pay for the cost I have in the packs we're busting. And a lot of the packs I'm busting, I don't have much cost in, but I might get up and show you a few of them here in a little bit.
I'm a little excited to find out what it is. So.
Yeah, you're going to be surprised. I've conjured on to some things that are kind of unique. So anyway, that's going on Saturday, and that will wrap up our 10th anniversary week here at the Guild. Running through Saturday when we close, when I finally leave here, is my sale, which is anything with an orange tag on it is 40% off.
Yep.
So there's some Magic stuff. There's board games, supplies with orange tags.
Yep.
40% off. All of my Magic singles that are $10 or greater are buy one, get one.
That's a fantastic
free,
deal, guys.
Equal or less value. And no, it's not going to include anything I just picked up today because it ain't processed.
Right.
And then outside of that, everything else is 10% off.
Oh,
so
sweet.
Dice, it doesn't have to have an orange tag, 10% off. So that's what's going on through the week. There are going to be, they announced some delays in the Zendikar Rising. So, and the Commander Legends. They did announce that this week. I don't know that I have gotten it exactly in my brain when that is. I don't have it pulled up here.
Yeah.
But there are going to be some shortages, so don't get all bent out of shape. They'll get here eventually.
There should still be a first wave coming when it should have been coming. It's just that it won't be as much as it was. Kind of be, we've seen it recently because of the big C word all around the world on multiple sets here.
It's affecting printing, and WotC is continuing to do business as normal as they can, and they keep having sets printed, and they keep shipping them out all that they can as quick as they can, because even in this world where a lot of Magic is happening digitally, there's a lot of paper Magic getting open. There's a lot of paper Magic being played.
Yeah.
And people are wanting those cards, so they keep trying to print them as they can. So they are coming, but there is somewhat of a delay in part of them. I think bundles aren't going to be here, if I remember right.
Yeah. Bundles will not.
Why don't you talk a little while I make sure on that?
Yeah, all right.
You like to talk.
I do like to talk. So I want to go ahead and jump into, like I said, the anniversary sale. Yeah, that's still going on, and you did hit that. There's some great stuff that we got out here for that.
You talk about the tokens.
The tokens. We got in this week, finally. We kickstarted a year and a half ago.
About
almost.
16 months ago.
Not quite a year and a half ago.
Not quite.
I'm going to say a year and a half. But kickstarted a set of tokens from Therese Nielsen. Came with some play mats. There are 72 different unique tokens in a set. I don't remember how many different creature types that covers. They foil, non-foil. There's some play mats as well. Beautiful artwork as always. Fantastic stuff. It's finally got here. There was a lot of printing delays with that as well. And probably going to try to pick up a set for me before I leave tonight. So, they look fantastic. Did you get through that?
Yep. Yep. So for Zendikar Rising, what it's doing is that the initial wave is going to be broken up into 2 waves. The first wave will be here at the intended launch date, September 25th. The second wave will arrive later after the initial launch. So normally we get that all in 1 wave. This time it's coming in 2. And as a result, some locations may experience limited availability, so don't get upset with your local your LGS.
Right.
It's me or somebody else. Don't get upset because they're doing all they can. Bundles may be not available at launch. It doesn't give a window for when we get the bundles, so bundles may have to wait. We had to do that back with Core 21.
Right. And the Commander Legends thing, reading here, and I remember it's the collector boosters.
That's the only thing that's delayed on them, yeah.
We'll still have draft boosters, everything like that. We'll still be able to play the set. It's going to be collector boosters that we're going to be waiting on.
Yeah, because we're not in the Asia-Pacific region, so that doesn't.
Right.
And they do have more Jumpstart coming. They just don't have a date yet.
Yeah, we knew that.
Because we knew there was more coming. We just didn't know when it was going to get here. It is coming. We just don't know when.
Right.
I still have packs.
We still have some packs.
From my second wave of the 2 waves that should have been just 1 wave,
right,
like this. I do have some packs left. So check that out. I am getting pretty low, so
if you're fantastic set.
If you're interested, you need to come pick those up.
Just want to sidestep for a moment. It may be the best innovative idea Wizards has ever had.
I'll
just say it.
Yeah.
So, the list.
The list.
I had not made it through all of it. I haven't.
It's 300 cards.
Right.
I mean, there's a list right here.
Well, one list I was seeing, just a text list. Okay. I had some asterisks just saying something was a special frame or something, but I didn't know what they all were.
Yeah, these are straight pickups, just like mystery boosters.
Right.
So they're printed exactly as they were somewhere else. They didn't commission new art. They didn't retemplate them. Nothing. So, and I'm not going to go through the whole list.
No, it's 300 cards.
We can hit some highlights here. I mean,
I love that they put Arkham's Astrolabe on there after it's now essentially banned almost everywhere.
So, this is an alphabetical list. I mean, Abrade, the game day promo version.
The game day promo version.
Which is kind of cool,
Anax, they gave the God Alt Art, the Constellation version of that.
Awakening had never been reprinted before.
Yes.
From Stronghold. That's
Stronghold.
way, way back.
One of my favorite sets still.
That's in there. Bloodgast. Everybody loves a good zombie.
Brainstorm. It says SS...
Or Vampire, I'm sorry. What?
SS1. Do you know what that is for Brainstorm? Because it showed it as like a special... It had an asterisk on the other list I was looking at.
I'm not sure.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew that
Super
set
Series?
code.
Is there a Super Series promo?
I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm not.
I don't know.
Spellbook?
Brazen.
Would it be from Jace's Spellbook?
I guess it could be, but I think spellbooks are... I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Don't ask me those things without giving me research time, man.
I just thought maybe...
I gotta look that stuff up.
I just know there was a few weird cards, fairly common cards that I seen. Okay, that's the disenchantment.
Cruel Tutor from Portal?
Yeah, that's its Only,
Cryptic Command,
yeah.
Crystalline Sliver,
The disenchant that we're getting is the player's reward.
player reward.
I saw an asterisk next to it, and I didn't know, and I was like, what special disenchant are they doing? But it's going to be the full art, no text player reward.
Dryad Arbor's in there.
Yeah. From Future Sight artwork.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty sweet.
Storm.
There's some really sweet stuff on
Erratic
this
Portal.
Yeah.
That is Darren's sweet tech right there
Yep.
for your Commander games.
From Exodus.
Oh, did they tap out? Bounce whatever you want to bounce. Or do you need to bounce your thing to get another ETB? Just don't pay the one.
Just don't pay the one.
Play that. That is old time tech for me. I don't know. We can go.
Gemstone Mine.
Fractured Power Stone from Plane Chase.
Yeah.
That is wild. Okay. That is some strange stuff there.
But yeah, there's some great stuff on this list, guys.
There is. We could just go after
on.
it all day. But go look it up when you get a chance. There is a lot of really neat things they're reprinting on there.
There is.
I don't know what surprises me the most. Colony Hydra. Wow. Okay. Land tax.
The Lightning Bolt's going to be the Magic Fest promo. I never got to go get one of those.
Oh. Very nice. Lord of the Undead for you zombie lovers. Man of War. Man, we played the heck out of that.
I love
back
that
in
card
the day.
still. Masters 25, I think. I got like 2 of those in my draft and was so happy.
Mog Catcher, never been reprinted before.
Nope.
Muldrotha.
Already a card that shot up due to its popularity. And
Several slivers on here as well.
Yes, I've noticed there seems to be several silver.
Nykthos.
Oubliette's getting it's getting thrown in the list, so there's more availability for it.
Phyrexian Tower.
Yep.
Unglued Plains.
Yeah. It seems like a fun list where they're just like, what
Relentless
can we do?
Rats.
Skull Clam.
Scroll Rack. Skittles.
Yeah.
You guys know who Skittles is, right? Skittles is on the list. Let's see. Squirrel Mob.
Yep.
I love squirrels. I got to mention squirrels.
Acorn Catapult was up at the top.
Yeah,
too.
Acorn Catapult.
Taught
Temporal
Not
Manipulation. Yeah,
Training Grounds.
We're just running. Training Grounds is in there.
Yeah.
I needed a reprint.
That did.
For sure. Tons of stuff.
Yeah, tons of stuff.
Workhorse. I don't think that's ever been reprinted.
Ren and 6 is on there too.
Ren and 6. All right. So lots of cool, fun stuff getting reprinted.
Shirley, my dear wife. No, at-home pre-releases still be taking place the 11th. Not the 11th. That's tomorrow. The 18th. Still be taking place next week. The printing delays will not be stopping people from having their pre-release kits for all of that.
Yeah, it's
the main launch of the set. Draft booster, set booster boxes. That'll be the issue.
And I've been so busy today, I'm guessing that they dropped the rest of the set.
They did. Somebody said something about 5 missing cards. I'm pretty sure those are going to be the non-full art lands, actually. That'll probably be in bundles or something, or the 5 cards that they said weren't on the visual spoiler. That hasn't been confirmed, but everybody's pretty sure since it's 5 and where they're numbered that it's the non-full art basics.
All right, so I don't know. You got some stuff you want to gush over on that spoiler, and I'm going to go look up some of that stuff that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So
we got the visual spoiler on everything. The full list dumped today.
I've never left the screen before. They'll miss me.
Which one of the coolest things, because I think this was the last one yet, Agadeem's Awakening. It's the black mythic bolt land, the modal double-faced land. We'd seen all 4 of the other colors, but they'd been holding back on the black one until the end here, it looks like. And Agadeem's Awakening, it's black, 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 and X for a sorcery. Return from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of target creature cards that each have a different converted mana cost X or less, which is pretty incredible. And on the back, it comes into play tapped unless you pay 3 life, and it taps for a black mana. It's Agadeem the Undercrypt. So that was one of the big ones. Like I said, I hadn't seen that till just now when you put that on. Ivan just confirmed for us. SS1 is Signature Spellbook Jace.
Oh, okay.
So that's where the brainstorm's coming from. I wasn't sure on that.
All right, so
yeah, I got somebody in here that I don't. New guy, John Howard, and or at least I'm not.
Okay.
He mentioned the lower powered looking EDH precons are kind of nice to see again, and yeah, I think because it's all supposed to be reprints. These precons are
except for 3 cards.
Except for the 3 cards.
3 cards, yeah.
And I like that what we saw on the face commanders all so far they are they're not just broken value engines. They seem to be more niche. There's a landfall, there's a rogue.
Right.
It's not so broad it can be played in anything, which is a direction I'd like to see him go on that kind of stuff. So, but he's got a reveal here.
Before we gush some more over the spoilers, what I did was each person in each pod, so 2 pods of 8, is going to get a little brown baggie that already has their stuff in it. It'll say what pod number and so forth once they get seated. And then they're going to open them up. So we're going to open up this one.
Ooh.
And that will give you a sample of some of the stuff that's in one.
Right.
But there are other things.
I assume they're not all going to be the same.
They're not all the same. So this one actually has a Throne of Eldraine collector booster in it.
Ooh. Ooh.
It also has
Signature Spellbook Gideon.
Signature Spellbook Gideon pack in it. And then it has Core 21. Ikoria. Core 2019.
Ooh.
Showdown pack.
The Showdown packs, when we still had those.
Theros Beyond Premium.
Ooh.
War of the Spark Standard Showdown. Rivals of Ixalan Standard Showdown. And a Core 21 foil promo pack.
Sweet.
So it takes 3, 4, it takes 5 of those to equal 1 pack. This is a pack. And then 8 and 6 is 14. It's pretty close, right?
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
So that's an example of things that you might open in this Chaos Draft if you're one of the lucky 16 regulars here at the store that got an invite to come to it. So we should have a really good time. And it's just going to be just fun magic.
Yeah.
Just fun magic. I used to play in all my events back when I first opened. Now I don't play in even half of them. If I've got an even number, I don't make it an odd number. Back in those days, I always played, even if it made an odd number. I'm playing in it, and so there's 15 people I invited besides myself, because I'm invited. And I'm going to play in this one, because I don't always get to play anymore. We're going to draft.
I think it's very fair that you're invited to your own 10th anniversry tournament, essentially.
I also got my son and my daughter-in-law are playing in it, so there's a little bit of nepotism there, but, it's an invite. So, anyway, that's the thing we're doing on Saturday. I tried to do something fun this time as far as the spoilers go on what we're doing. So,
the more I read this, is this just better than I think? This Agadeem's Awakening? Is that actually maybe the best modal double-faced in the Mythic? 3 black X. Turn from your graveyard to the battlefield any number of target creature cards that each have a different converted mana cost X or less? Or do you think that's too hard to hit?
I don't know. Yeah, it requires some build around.
It does require some build around. I just, like I said, that was the last one we see, and they'd shown us the other 4 before they.
So if you can't pull up a list of all the cards, if you haven't looked at them, go out and find them. I started trying to find fun ones in it and give them fun titles. So we're going to try that this time. I kind of, maybe I went too far, or maybe I didn't go far enough here. Yeah. I know I didn't really get into the multicolored cards or the lands much. But the cutest card spoiled has to be the Canyon Jerboa. That's our first mouse.
Yes.
Yes, we had Mice Token in Eldraine to pull the carriage.
Yes.
But this is our first mouse card, and he is adorable. So check him out if you haven't watched him. The showcase one, is it a showcase?
Yeah, it'll be a showcase.
There's an alternate art one that looks a little meaner.
Yeah.
But the standard one is super sweet.
Yes.
The card that seems most out of place in the set is Tazri, Beacon of Unity, mainly because it's the only card in the set that mentions allies. And that was the nod to the people who had played allies through the 2 previous journeys we've made to Zendikar.
Right.
They didn't find room to put them in because they put the party mechanic in and not allies. And allies is really what's the word I'm looking for here, Alan? It's a mechanic. Doesn't do well with older sets.
Yeah. It's very isolated, self-contained.
Yeah, I can't think of
Parasitic.
Parasitic. That's the word I'm looking for. Parasitic. If you don't have other allies,
it's no
good. Yeah, you can play Changelings, but the party mechanic is backwards compatible with everything in Magic. There's clerics, wizards, warriors.
I just want to jump on this since you brought it up real quick with Party. I've heard a lot of people talking about Party with set reviews going on in the last week on other material I listened to, and a lot of people disappointed that they don't find these cards powerful enough. And I can kind of agree with that, but I'm going to tell you all there's a reason, because I've looked at the numbers now. 20% of all creatures ever printed in Magic fit into a party. 1/5. That is why some of these cards look weaker than what you want them to, because yes, it still takes some work to enable them, but 1/5 of all the creatures ever in Magic can enable it. So they had to be very careful with, or else oopsie.
Or else oopsie.
We've seen Wizards make the oopsies before. So
we have seen them make the oopsies before.
So I think that's kind of why they are the way they are.
I think the craziest new thing is Angel of Destiny, where I can literally kill you or make you lose a game by just attacking you.
Yep.
There are some hoops to jump through on it, but it doesn't seem that unreasonable.
Not with life. I mean, there's been some other life gain alt-win things that a Johnny Planeswalker and stuff, but this one looks very easily achievable to me, actually.
Did you want to read that one real quick?
Yeah, Angel of Destiny is a mythic angel cleric for 2 white, 3 generic. It's a 2/6 with flying and double strike. Now, whenever a creature...
It's like a 4/6.
Right. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you and that player each gain that much life.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's a weird life link.
See, sounds weird. Why am I letting them gain life?
Right. Well,
Because
they're not actually gaining life. They're getting dealt damage, then gaining back the life.
Right.
But at the beginning of your end step, if you have at least 15 life more than your starting life total, each player Angel of Destiny attacked this turn loses the game. I just want to... Each player Angel of Destiny is attacked.
Let's circle back to that in just a little bit, all right? So going along, I thought the oddest reprint in this set was Disenchant.
Yeah.
We spent years and years getting that ability in green.
Whether it be Naturalize, Return to Nature is the new one.
There's a bunch of them. But to put Disenchant in seemed a little odd to me. But I played with it in the old days, and I love Disenchant.
Can't beat a classic.
So, I got no problem with it. It just seemed odd to me.
Right.
I don't think it'd been reprinted in a while.
I do not
outside
believe
of master sets, but I didn't look it up. Again, I spent my whole day messing with.
You're correct.
It
hasn't been in standard set since I've been playing again.
And now a strange use of your sideboard is you can put Legion Angels in there.
Yeah.
So
Legion Angel. This is because of, I've said this before, this is because of Arena, guys. This is because of Best of One and trying to make use of those sideboard slots. It is 2 white, 2 generic for a Angel Warrior. It's a 4/3 flyer. And when Legion Angel enters the battlefield, you may reveal a card you own named Legion Angel from outside the game and put it into your hand. So it's like a Squadron Hawk ability from the sideboard?
it is, but you're reducing your ability to draw it by playing with fewer of them in your deck. So I don't exactly get it.
Control finisher? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe somebody out there can explain it to me, Lucy. But I didn't quite get it. But okay, that's why it was a strange use of sideboard. Banisher Priest upgrade. Skyclave Apparition.
Skyclave Apparition is really good, and I think it's more than an upgrade.
Well, it costs the same.
Right, 2 white and 1.
It's a dude.
For a 2/2 core spirit, so it's on a body, which is nice. When Skyclave Apparition enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent you don't control with converted mana cost 4 or less. Non-land, non-token you don't control. Important words. When Skyclave Apparition leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner creates an XX blue illusion creature token where X is the converted mana cost of the exiled card.
Now, Banisher Priest only gets creatures.
Right.
But this is like an O-ring on a creature, you know.
Yeah,
so.
but any non-land, non-token permanent. This can knock out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but if they kill that, they get a dude.
Yeah, but you know, most times getting that generic 4/4 is a lot better than, I don't know, the Vidalcan Orrery they had if we're in a commander game or something.
Well, yeah, yeah. Granted, okay. Weirdest new mechanic that isn't?
Yeah.
Threshold +1?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people, if you watch us do Rebloggatog, which we'll be doing after this, a lot of people wonder why they didn't use Threshold. Well, Threshold is only referring to your graveyard.
Right.
Whereas if you've read some of these cards in the new set, it needs 8 cards or more in your opponent's graveyard.
Yes.
So that's why it's not Threshold. But it is kind of
It is very
a weird number.
It is a weird number.
Only because we know of Threshold. I guess.
I'm guessing Power Creep of Magic 7's not enough now. I don't know.
All right, and what I think is the stupidest blue card
because we always
in the set,
we always have stupid blue cards.
Cherix, the Raging Isle.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I forget it's touchscreen.
Scroll to the top, hit blue.
Yeah, Cherix is a legendary Leviathan crab. He is 2 blue, 2 generic. Spells your opponent's cast that target Cherix, the Raging Isle, cost 2 more to cast. Now let me get down here. Sorry, I forgot this part.
Yeah, you forgot an important number.
He's a 0-17.
Never had anything bigger than a 16 before on either number.
Nope, a 0-17.
Blue gets the biggest budded creature in the game.
For a 3 generic mana, Cherix gets plus X minus X until end of turn, where X is the number of islands you control. What?
It only costs 4. I mean,
It's weird.
It blocks everything.
It blocks everything.
Blocks everything my green is going to be able to throw at it. I better have some death touch, I guess. But 0-17 for that freaking turtle last set that was an 0-5 for 1 blue had me up in arms.
Yeah,
now
you
we got
were-
this thing.
You were on a power creep rant over an 0-5.
Yeah, and
for
now
a
we
blue.
get this. I mean, yeah, at least this is a rare, not a common, but...
This is more expensive than that guy because, you know...
Well, yeah, but it's a 17.
But at the same rate, he should be a 0-20. You know, he's not an 0-20.
Easy. First time they put 20 on a card, it better be a green card with a power, all right? All right, so...
I don't know. I want to see like a giant ball lightning that's like a 21.
Blue got some cards that are playing in the space of Serum Visions and Ponder and Preordain.
Yes.
So the first one's Deliberate.
Deliberate, blue in 1 instant, scry 2, then draw a card.
It costs 1 more than Serum Visions, but it's an instant. And it does the same thing except backwards.
Set backwards.
Yeah. And then, because in Serum Visions you draw and then you scry, which is really weird. But,
Right.
And then the other card, Salundi Vision.
Salundi Vision. This is one of our modal double-faced as well. It's an uncommon, so on the back of it, it's intertapped blue land. But it's a blue and 2 instant. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. Yes, 6. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
That card seems really good to me.
That seems like a really good deal.
Seems
I'm not
really
gonna
good.
lie.
Next up, we got a Commander Traumatize.
Yeah.
Maddening Cacophony, I believe.
Yes, Maddening Cacophony, blue and 1, sorcery, kicker of blue and 3. Each opponent mills 8 cards. If the spell was kicked, instead, each opponent mills half their library, rounded up.
Yeah, you're paying 1 extra mana, a total of 6 instead of 5, and you're hitting all your opponents for half their library. Seems playable. Mill is getting very viable for Commander.
Yeah, we used to always talk about it's just impossible to mill a whole table, but it's not so much anymore.
All right, coming in with the Sexty and 17 award is Negate.
Yes,
who's
right.
being printed for the 17th time.
And it does have sexy new art.
And we all know what it is, so we don't need to read
Yeah.
that.
Does have new art, though, and it is sexy. It's really cool.
And of course, Party is a new ability we got. I happen to think the best party card is Coveted Prize.
Coveted Prize is a heck of a card. It's the card...
It's a black and 4.
Yep, it's a
It
black...
gets cost reduced for each member in your party. So if you have a full party, it costs 1 black.
It's a sorcery, obviously.
It's a sorcery.
And it's
What's it do then? Once we cast it,
Well, you search your library for a card, and you put it into your hand, then you shuffle your library.
1 mana tutor potentially.
Oh, wait, there's
some
more
on there?
text.
There's more text.
If you have a full party, you may cast a spell with converted mana cost 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost.
Well,
So,
jolly good.
A full party means this is a 1 mana tutor that cast what you tutor.
Tutor and cast, and there's a lot of groovy things for 4
Yeah.
or less that you can cast.
It's really
Lots.
good.
Let's see. Moving on is the best black enchantment removal.
Yeah, the only black enchantment removal. That's Feed the Swarm, and it's good, guys. This can see play in all kinds of formats, even. Black and 1 sorcery, destroy target creature or enchantment an opponent controls. You lose life equal to that permanent's converted mana cost.
This is a new thing Black gets now.
That's
if you don't
good.
watch Reblog and Talk where we talk about this stuff,
Right.
Black is getting targeted enchantment removal, but not their own, only in
can't- yeah.
opponents.
Yeah,
So this is something we're going to see more of.
Yeah, and it being at common, it can see a lot of play across a lot of things. The fact that it also says creature on it means that it's never a dead card. It can be main decked.
Right.
It's just not going to be a dead card.
Yeah, can be. And then, I don't know that, something old, something new is probably because I came up with this. Best marriage of two ideas. We got the Vampire Scavenger. So if you ever thought, man, I wish I could take, what's that card, Vampire?
Vampire Nighthawk.
Nighthawk, and could I marry that with Tarmogoyf? And if I did, what would it look like? Well, it might be a little bit like this card.
This card.
Coming out in Zendikar Rising.
Nighthawk.
What did you do?
I was.
He's fumble fingering hard.
Nighthawk Scavenger is 2 black and 1 generic for a Vampire Rogue. It's a 1+ star 3. There is a math equation in the bottom right-hand corner of it. So
Gotta learn math to play Magic, folks.
it is a flying lifelink death touch, just like our good old friend Vampire Nighthawk. But his power is equal to 1 plus the number of 1 plus the different types of cards in your opponent's graveyard, like Tarmogoyf, but for your opponent.
Hope you're somewhere in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I had to go up because it's Nighthawk Scavenger.
Nighthawk Scavenger.
Yeah, I was looking under V. So yeah, the exact wording is Nighthawk Scavenger's power is equal to 1 plus the number of card types among cards in your opponent's graveyard. So, like we said, it's Tarmogoyf on your opponent's graveyard on a Vampire Nighthawk body. Seems really good.
As long as we have Bolt and Standard, it's really good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's people talking about it would see play in Modern if it wasn't boltable.
If it wasn't
boltable. So it'll probably see play in Pioneer, though.
So, moving along to a little card called Scourge of the Skyclaves.
Yeah.
I called this one, I do not think this card does what you think it does.
Scourge of the Skyclaves is a black and 1 for a demon who is star. But he has a kicker of a black and 4.
Okay.
When you cast a spell, if it was kicked, each player loses half their life rounded up. Scourge of Skyclave's power and toughness are each equal to 20, minus the highest life total among players. Seems good.
I don't know. 20 minus the high. I mean, it's not a commander card.
No, but is this not Death Shadow 5 through 8?
No. This isn't a Death Shadow. Because it's your opponent has a high life total. With Death Shadow, you can reduce your own life total. If you're reducing your opponent's life total, shouldn't you just kill him rather than casting that?
I agree. I'm just saying it has some similarity. It's low casting cost. You can get some damage in.
It took people 5 or 10 years to figure out Death Shadow. So maybe it takes that long to figure this one out.
I love that Death Shadow is a deck now, though.
Maybe there's something where you can get your life low and trade it with your opponent. Why not just kill him, though? So, I don't know. Anyway,
conduit.
It's a weird thing. Strictly better.
Yeah.
Mind Drain has now made Mind Rot, which nobody was playing outside of some limited play.
Yeah, every now and
made
then.
it obsolete. It is an obsolete card now. Mind Drain is strictly better.
It's now black 2 sorcery. Target opponent discards 2 cards, mills a card, and loses 1 life. You gain 1 life.
Does a lot of things.
That's a lot of things. It just keeps going. Lots of text.
Reminds me of the green card that does all the things that we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah. No, not Veil. That's banned. Wrong set. No.
My question is, if white is number 1 in taxing, which it is,
right?
Blue is number 2 in taxing, and white is number 2 in counters, even though if you watch Reblog and Talk, we talk about how
we talk a lot about
there's only 4 or 5 different counter spells in white.
Yeah.
How come blue got 3 taxing counter spells in this set?
Yeah.
3.
They're
not horrible.
No. There's one There's one that's party-based. Waiting for this to load.
Having trouble.
Yeah, I was... here's the first one.
I didn't write
First
the
one
names
is
down.
Anti-Cognition. It's a blue and 1 instant. Counter target creature or planeswalker spell unless its controller pays 2. And if an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, instead counter that spell, then scry 2. So, which is really awesome. If they got a full graveyard, they don't even have to get to pay. It's not even a tax anymore, just countered. Yeah. There is Concerted Defense. This one's really kind of interesting. This is 1 mana. 1 mana instant. Counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 1 plus an additional 1 for each creature in your party. It's like a negate force spike that can be bigger. I don't.
Yeah, it's odd, but it's a tax.
It is most definitely a tax. And then I've got to find the last one. Here it is. It's on a modal double-faced as well. It's a blue and 1 instant counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. And then obviously the other side is a tap blue land.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, there's that for you blue players. We are getting close to the box opening, guys. I promise.
Yes.
We're just hitting a few cards that we thought were fun. Next week, be sure and watch. We'll have our pre-release review of commons and uncommons of what to play at that. Obviously, play bombs that are rares and mythics. We'll go over commons and uncommons, what you should be looking for in those.
Yes.
So that'll be mainly our set review that we do. Cycling with Upside.
Oh, you skipped one.
I'm sorry, I was trying to go faster.
Okay, sorry. Cycling with Upside is Cleansing Wildfire, and this card's cool.
I can't skip any because he will make me go back.
Cleansing Wildfire, we talked about this last week. This is the savior to Pauper to stop Tron. They printed good LD again.
For red, it can stop Tron in anything, not just Pauper. But.
Right, but I mean, it is a common as well. It's a red 1 sorcery, destroy target land. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle the library. Draw a card.
Draw a card.
That last... Then it says draw a card on there.
It's like cycling that gets to draw a card.
That's fantastic.
It gets to destroy a land. So go back to best refund, Ardent Electromancer.
Well, Ardent Electromancer, it's a cool common. It's whenever Ardent Electromancer enters the battlefield, you can add a red for each creature in your party. It's a 3/2 for a red and 2, but it just some red mana generation. That's really cool. Anything where you play it,
because
you get mana back.
if you have a full party, you're going to get 4 mana and you spent 3.
Right.
That's a pretty good refund.
Because he is a wizard, you always get 1 back anyway.
That's like double store couponing, is what that is.
Yeah. You always get 1 back because he's a wizard all on his own. So he's a 3/2 for 2 essentially.
And if you never thought you'd ever see Cowards Can't Block Warriors again, you would be wrong.
That's right.
Because we got Kargan Intimidator.
He's cool. He's a red and 1 3/1 first human warrior. First line of text: Cowards can't block warriors. Then you can pay 1 to choose one that hasn't been chosen this turn. Weird and interesting. Kargan Intimidator gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Target creature becomes a coward until end of turn. Target warrior gains trample until end of turn. All kind of cool.
So you pay to do all of them. If you got 3
mana.
mana, you can do all of them. And he's a 3/1.
He's a 3/1 for 2.
For 2. So
that's good.
That's like white good.
That is white good.
With upside, you can make him unblockable. This seems good to me. I don't know, but seems good. Moving along. How many attack steps do you really want?
Oh, I want all of them. Can I take all of them?
So if we look at Morag, Fury of Akum, how many can we get with this?
Well, if I have an Azusa in play and I play a Fabled Passage, he is 2 red and 4 for a 6/6 legendary Minotaur warrior. Each creature you control gets +1/+0 for each time it has attacked this turn. That's right. And the landfall, whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase. At the beginning of that combat, untap all creatures you control.
So, how many times would you like to attack this turn? Pick a number, create some landfall effects, and get busy.
The deck in my mind has Azusa, Dryads, Rada, Cultivates.
All right, let's hit these real quick.
Yep.
Green.
Trigger.
Ancient Paragon.
Ancient Green Warden. 2 green and 4 for a 5/7 elemental with reach. He has the Crucible of Worlds thing on him.
No, Ancient Warden, yeah, sorry.
You may play lands from your graveyard. But also, if a land entering the battlefield causes the triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Land
yeah.
Harmonicon!
Yes. Yes. How many landfall triggers would we like this turn? We would like all of them.
I said I want all the attack steps.
Yeah, well, we're going to do all the landfall triggers.
Yeah.
So, card that's most like a tavern. This is how I put it. That's the Tajaru Paragon.
Yes.
Because it's all party types.
Yeah, it's a green and 1 elf that is also a cleric, rogue, wizard, and warrior.
And kicker.
Kicker of 3. When he enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, reveal the top 6 cards of your library, and you may put a card that shares a creature type with it from among them into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
So for all you D&D players out there, you know that when you start a campaign, generally you start in a tavern and you try to find each other.
Yep.
That's what the DM has you do. So this guy's going out and finding another party member.
Yep.
He can fill in for any spot, but he can find another one. So that's why he's like a tavern. And then all the things.
Dad loves this card.
Scale the heights. Maybe it's not as good as I think, but I just like it.
It does do all the things for a green and 2 sorcery speed. But you put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature.
Up to, so you don't have to have it.
You don't have to. You gain 2 life.
Oh, you gain some life.
You may play an additional land this turn.
Additional land, that's nice.
And draw a card.
And you draw a card.
So it's Growth Spiral, +2 life, plus a +1/+1.
It's Explore because it's sorcery speed.
No, you're right.
It's Explore for an additional mana that gets you +1/+1 counter and 2 life.
Seems good.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby. And then there's a new thing, and I meant to read the document that came out for Zendikar, but if you haven't noticed, now they're letting us copy permanents and put tokens into play.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but an example is starts with a V. That's all I remember. Where's the V?
Verizal, the Split Current.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy's cool too. He's blue and a green and X for 0/0 legendary serpent. Verizal, the Split Current, enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each mana spent to cast it.
Which is cool.
Right.
So even if X is 0, it's a 2/2.
Yes. Whenever you cast a kicked spell, you may remove 2 +1/+1 counters from Verizal. If you do, copy that spell, and you may choose new targets for the copy.
Oh, yeah, that's not the card I was thinking of.
Okay.
I just lied to you. I can't see. I'm old and blind over here.
That's
a cool one.
It's a cool card, yeah.
It's not the one I was thinking of, but the one I'm thinking of I thought was... Oh, we're looking at the wrong... Yeah, no, that's it. So, you may choose new targets for the copy. The of a permanent...
Spell becomes a token.
We've never had that before.
Right, because it says copy target spell. It doesn't say copy instant or sorcery.
Yeah, it doesn't say to clone a creature. It just says you copy that spell. So this is a new thing they're letting us do. And that's not the only instance in the set, but I don't remember the other places it appears. That's the only one that I remembered. And it was on the flavor text that told you that.
Yeah, then the reminder text, so that's why we didn't see it on the other versions.
Yeah, we were looking at the specialty.
I got a quick thing here. How do you say this?
Nissa of the Shadowed Boughs?
Is it Boughs?
I would say Boughs.
Okay. I thought so. I've heard, listening to other podcasts, it's been great because they're all debating it. They're all like, Balls? Bows? Bows?
The Boges. It's the Booges.
Right?
It's got Booges. I don't,
Yeah, no, we'll do the common, uncommon next week, and there's some good stuff in there.
And then maybe we'll get the mythics and rares the week after before we do some drafting.
Before we do some drafting, we'll talk about some bombs, because there are some bombs.
I just wanted to hit some of the fun stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to be moving the camera around so we can go do the box break, and then we're going to wrap up for you guys. So thanks for hanging in with us. We are running a little later this week. So just hang with us as we move some stuff around.
Oh, and completely unrelated, but now that I see it here, Kaza Royal Chaser, this card right here, the new negate artwork, that's her in the artwork.
Oh, okay, that is totally unrelated.
There was a huge conversation about it online the other day.
Was there?
Yeah.
A huge conversation. So anyway, here we go. We're moving to our other setup so that you guys can see what's going on here. Let me get that switched around.
I am.
So this is one of the Therese Nielsen from the Tokens of Spirit but this is mine because I like squirrels. So this is mine. Anyway, we did an auction. Ended up didn't be not a whole lot of an auction because people basically bid and then they won. So we basically have 3 people who won all the slots: John, Shirley, and David. So we're going to open this box of Mirrored and Besieged faction packs, if you'll notice, pre-release booster packs, and we're going to divvy those out to the folks who picked them up. So that's what we're doing. I've got a knife, boy.
Well, I got a knife too.
This is a knife. Okay.
That's not a knife.
That's not a knife.
That's a knife.
It does have 36 boosters. I've had this. This is one of the things I had in the vault, as they say. I do have a vault, but
we do have a vault.
it's an old.
Not just an as you say.
It's an old bank building. So you'll notice there are a Mirren, and all the cards are watermarked, or Phyrexia. Tezzeret, which is the only Planeswalker in this set, doesn't have a watermark, so he can appear in either pack. So, just a little thing for you to know. We're going to go through the Mirren packs first.
All right.
And then I'll let the boy open the Phyrexia packs. The Mirren packs have a chance at, I think the big dog in there is a Sword of Feast and Famine. I believe that's the right sword, if I'm not remembering.
That's the King of all Commander swords, for anyone not sure.
But you do get a chance at a Blight still on the Phyrexian side. So that's pretty sweet there, right?
Pretty sweet.
Even though we're getting a reprint. All right, let's get this thing started. And we probably do this pretty quick because we all know these cards are from older sets.
Right.
We're going to be skimming through here pretty quick. Highlighted here.
Go for the throat.
Lead the Stampede, baby. Boom, Dark Steel Plate. That is a nice pickup. That is, these numbers are harder to see.
Yeah, it's the old style.
104, so that's a 4. So again, and then these had tip cards in them.
Yeah.
And a foil, Fuel for the Cause. So I'll be divvying these out later, but a 4, well,
4 goes to John Bailey.
I guess we can try to do that here.
Yep.
There's a 4. So that's a John. We'll do the rares as we go through.
Yeah.
And any big foils we hit. Hellkite Igniter. Oh, it is so hard to see on there, Alan.
I know.
Is that a 5 maybe? I think it might be a 5. Let the boy with younger eyes. I'm glad they changed the way they do them on the new sets.
Pretty sure that's a 5.
Because red was probably the most difficult to see in the old
Some of them are.
in the old system, you know.
Foils are real rough too. I remember when we did mystery boosters and
Master's Call. The Keepers. There's another Go for the Throat. There's a Knowledge Pool. And a foil Malira's Keepers.
Nice.
So the Knowledge Pool looks like that is... I'm going to let the young eyes take it.
All right.
Take it over there.
That's a 1. So that's going to John. John's got a good chunk of the box.
So that was a 5 over there.
Yes,
So I was
a
right
5.
there. All right. Shriekhorn. A lot of these were really good in limited.
Oh, yeah.
Get them centered up better. Goblin War Driver. Still like that card. Treasure Mage. Infuser. Ooh, Thrun. He is not the big dog he once was, but that card is super, super good right
Yeah.
there. Super, super good. Who's getting that, Alan?
That's a 2.
All right.
Which is John.
Also a John.
I assume most of it goes to John. It's a good assumption.
He was the big winner on that.
He bought out most of the box.
Signal Pest. White Sun Zenith.
White Sun Zenith is a 9. That's going to David.
I may have to have you separate all these out from my old eyes. I tell you what, I have to get the old magnifying glass out.
Well, you know, you told me once you knew you needed glasses when you couldn't read the numbers on cards anymore, and I don't like trying to read the numbers on cards anymore because it makes me feel like I might need glasses. So
Flagstorm, that card got tons of play. Tons of play. That's a nice board sweeper.
Oh, yeah, it is. That's going to John. That is really nice. It's not Pioneer playable, is it? That's too old.
Too old. I don't think it's been reprinted anywhere that it could be.
No, Anger of the Gods and Mizio Mortars are our best choices. And Sweltering Suns.
Another Signal Pest. Sangromancer. That thing has been reprinted, but that is great commander card right there, I'm telling you.
That's 3.
That is a great commander
We've
card.
got our 1 through 5 slots filled out now.
Oh, this is a great Pauper card. I definitely play that in my Pauper Tron. If I keep it together after, you know, the card that we just talked about. Yeah.
Well, in Paupertron, at least you do have some basics to go get when they hit you, right?
Yeah.
So
Galvanoth. I don't really have much to say about Galvanoth. I'm just going to be honest.
I believe that is a 2 for John. Oh, that's a... Whew. That's why you don't have much to say. Cheating mana cost is just a bad idea, right?
I just don't remember it amounting to much.
Oh, really?
Quite honestly, getting much play. Trying to take the glare off. Piston Sledge. There's Mirroring Crusader. That is a nice pull right there. That got a lot of tournament play. Double strike, protection from black and green.
And it's a 4.
We're getting all the low numbers here.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe as we get into the second half of the mirroring stuff here. But if you see what I mean, you know, the mirroring symbol
is watermarked in the back.
Is watermarked in the background there. Master's Call.
Shirley, you have 5 and 8 are the numbers that you have, honey.
Goblin War Driver. Get that glare off. Lead the Stampede. Still good. I got that in my elf deck, you know. Mirror Welder. I know lots of people who build Mirror Tribal.
And that's an 8.
We're getting something in the second half of the 10 spots. But we're getting a lot of Master's Calls.
Yeah.
Shriekhorn. Not bad if you want to mill. That's a limited thing. Training drone. That's horrible. There's just no other word for it. Mirror Turbine. Again, if you're building your mirror deck.
And that's a 7 for John.
All right, we're starting to fill in some of the latter part of the numbers.
The missing a 6 and a 0.
The bigger numbers. Go for the throat. Victory Herald. And a foil Virulent Wound.
The Victory's Herald is an 8.
And those just don't pop quite like the new ones do to me. Turn the Tide.
Oh, let's hit a sword. Let's see something big.
Angered Marauder. Another Dark Steel Plate. Those are solid, let me tell you. Those are solid. I see those in Commander all the time.
Yeah. Indestructible is good.
I think it's even got a decent value there, so that number's pulling pretty solid so far. Master's Call's in every pack, isn't it? Remember, these are faction packs, so you will see a lot of stuff repeating because they are faction packs. They're only pulling from half the set.
Right.
Shimmer Mirror. Now, that's a good mirror.
That is a good one.
Playing your artifacts at flash. Woo!
That's a 9.
All right.
There's David. Tested Warzone.
Yeah, so the reason we busted this instead of a box of Scars of Mirrodin, which is what came out when I first opened,
as well.
is the box of Scars of Mirrodin that I have saved back. I'm waiting to do a retro draft if we ever go back to Mirrodin or New Phyrexia or something. So, locals, save your pennies and dimes and nickels and dollars and $20 bills because that's going to be an expensive draft, but we're going to get there someday. Another Lead the Stampede. There we go. We hit the big dog. Sword of Feast and Famine.
Woo! And that is an 8.
That is an 8. So if you didn't get a good look at that.
There you go, darling. You won. You won your lottery there.
She did win the lottery.
Yeah.
That is the big dog on...
She's like, we're going to bid on some of these. And I was like, Sword of Feast and Famine is your best value if you want to go after something.
I don't remember if it's more expensive than Blight Steel.
I'm not sure. I think it's more playable than Blight Steel in some cases.
Another White Sun. I know we had that earlier.
It's in a 9 slot here.
Okay, and we got one more, so we're going to miss out on a 6 and a 0, more than likely. At least one of them. But we're getting ready to open the Phyrexian pack, so don't unhook from that internet just yet.
Signal Pest, Violent Duelist, Blue Sun.
Blue Sun Zenith. All right.
And that is a 0.
Hey, so we're just missed on 6. All right,
guys.
Let's see what we can do in the other half of this box.
Here we are with the Phyrexians. Resistance is futile. Because if you ever try to tell me Phyrexians aren't Magic's Borg, yeah, I mean, I don't believe you.
That would, yeah, it's kind of what they are.
Man, I had trouble with that first one. Jesus. I think they've sealed better after time. Choking Fumes, Corrupted Conscience, Consecrated Finks. Oh, yeah, I forgot this was in here. That is a 1. Blue's actually pretty easy to read. I'm down with that. There you go, John. That's one of the big hits. I don't know if it's still got the kind of value it used to, but
I don't know. But it's definitely highly playable in the Commander format.
Jesus.
Am I going to have to open the packs for you? I tell you what.
I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all can laugh at open these packs.
I'll laugh at you from right here.
All right. Ichor Wellspring. Radiant Corruptor. Mortar
Oh,
Pod.
I played the heck out of that.
Ooh, Psychosis Crawler.
Yeah,
For all you degenerates like me.
It's had a few reprintings, but I did play the heck out of it.
And there fills our 6th slot finally.
All right.
And we have a Flincermite.
Flincermite.
That's fun to say.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to do it on every single one of these, apparently. That one finally got a little bit. Wolf. Ah, Phyrexians. Isn't it all just so beautiful? Quilled Slagworm, Pierce Strider.
There's not even a little slit in the packs back
No. Distant Memories. That is a 4. Yeah, 4 is hitting pretty good. It's our biggest, most cards, most rares on a 4 anyway. Hey, there we go.
Yay!
You helped that one along, didn't you?
I guess. Yeah.
And we're starting to see the Plague Maw Beast. That's just weird looking. All right. Ooh, Massacre Worm.
Nice pull.
Yeah, I mean, it just got the reprint, but this art's, I kind of like this art more.
It's original. It's
also a
it's
6.
OG.
It's also a 6, so that's David's.
Guess we should be showing off them germ tokens and 0/0.
Oh, yeah.
For those who don't know, there were germ tokens that were 0/0s. they came in attached to equipment so that the equipment immediately was useful because it had a creature attached to it.
Yeah, that was living weapon.
As long as it gave it, living weapon. As long as it gave it a toughness, and they all did.
Right. There's our choking fumes, metallic mastery, mitotic manipulation.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
That is, I'll tell you what that is. That is blue ramp.
Oh.
So you can look at the top 7 cards, put one of those cards on the battlefield that has the same name as a permanent. So island for 3 mana, it lets you get an island. It's blue ramp. I'm just saying.
Priest of Norn. Yeah, Norn. Wonder who they're named after. Into the core. There's another one.
Wow, 2 in a row.
Back to backpacks.
Because it's not good in Commander, but it does let you ramp if you got islands in there.
Well, if I'm playing blue, I hope I got islands in there. Phyrexian Rager. That's just good value back in the day.
Yeah, they made something here recently that just costs 2 mana. It does
Yeah.
the same thing.
Vampire back in Ixalan, I believe.
Yeah.
Skinwing, Gore Vessel. Mirrorworks.
There you go.
That's a 4. To add to the wealth there. It's a
Yep,
really cool card, but I quit playing it in my commander decks.
You need dry erase tokens, and you got to keep track of a lot of stuff.
You do. I kept it in longer than I kept in Clone Legion, because Clone Legion's just not worth the headache. Plaguemere, Phyrexian Juggernaut, Metallic Mastery, and a Bone Horde. And that's in our 0 slot. Ooh, look at that poison counter. The old tokens and counters are all cool.
Retro, baby. It's all retro. Hey, don't forget to watch next week. We'll be busting some Zendikar.
Yeah. That will be fun.
2 boxes, it's looking like.
Gruesome Encore. Ooh, Phyrexian Crusader.
Hey, that's the black side of the Mirroring Crusader.
Yep. It's got first strike protection from red and white, and it's a 0.
Yep, and infect. Right?
And infect, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't miss that part.
Don't forget the important thing on there. The infect.
You think we'll get infect back to standard when we do go back to Phyrexia?
Yes. Whenever we go to where the Phyrexians are, I think we'll get infect again.
I know.
Mark Rosewater loves it too much not to be able to get it back.
I that's what I think as well. And Creeping Corrosion.
Hey, looky there.
It's Shatterstorm for green.
Shatterstorm in green.
And that's an 8.
You'll notice there's a lot fewer foils back then.
Yeah. Although I have to say something, and we were talking about this earlier today, buying all them cards and moving them around and everything. I'm really digging the lands out of the set as I'm just kind of flipping through them. Some of the artwork on the basic lands is really awesome. For people that just love basic lands so much. Core Prowler, Pure Strider, Phyrexian Rebirth. And that's our 5 slot.
Yep, that's your Wrath of God for the set.
Yep. You destroy all the creatures and you get one big one.
Yep. Well, depends on how many you destroyed.
Well, yeah. Well, in comparison to all the creatures being dead, it sure seems big, don't it?
Come on, boy, open that up.
Apparently, I just destroyed it to where you can't on that side.
Where's that Blightsteel? You need to hit a Blightsteel, man.
Now, you hit a sword, I got to hit a Blightsteel.
You hit a Blightsteel. You're going to let somebody down, man. I don't know.
All right. Rotwolf, Plaguemere, Strandstalker, Metallic Mastery, Phyrexian Revoker.
Yeah, it's had a lot of reprints.
Yeah. See, like that land, that's incredible.
You do need to pick it up.
I know I do, but I'm Sorry, everyone. Fighting these packs a little more than I expected to.
Just had a battery warning on my phone, too, so.
You're still fine. It's still 20-some%. Bam. Phyrexian Vat Mother.
Vat Mother. Some more Infect.
That's also a 2 to go along with the Revoker.
Oh.
There's also a foil Serum Raker in there.
Nice. Down to 5 packs.
Hey, that one just popped right open for me. Thank
Well,
God.
Finally opened one.
Had to happen eventually, right? Praetor's Council. That's mythic.
Yeah. Who needs a Reliquary Tower?
And that's an 8, I believe. Yes.
Who needs a Reliquary Tower? Just play that at 8 mana.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
It's a better regrowth.
Yeah. At 8 mana. At 8 mana, it better bring back everything. And make sure I don't have to discard it again.
Well, that's what it does.
Prowler, Magnetic Mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It fills a 3 slot there, though, for
Yeah.
someone. I'm trying. It's probably John's number who,
He's got plenty of numbers.
probably John's number that's looking for that Blight Steel. I'm trying, John. I'm trying. Could be David's. Gruesome Encore. Septic Rats. Black Sun Zenith.
Nice.
We're at almost all the Zeniths now, I believe. I don't think we've seen a red, and I think that's the only one I haven't seen.
Yeah. 2 packs to go. Come on, Blightsteel. Where you at, baby?
See. Another Mirror Works. Well, let's see. Can we get lucky in this
On
last?
the last pack. Here it comes. Blightsteel, baby. Blightsteel and a foil Blightsteel. Same pack.
Now that's a pack.
I'm just, if you're going to call something, call big, right?
Right? Phyrexian Hydra. I do feel like there's a foil in here, though. It's a Nathosaur.
Nathosaur.
And that Phyrexian Hydra is going to go on the 5 slot, guys.
All right, well, at least we did pull one of the 2 biggest cards in the set.
And there's a Consecrated Sphinx. That's probably also pretty high up there for the set. So
Masker Worm, there's some good stuff in there. Thrun, Darksteel Plates, a couple of
them.
Those are really great. So, all right, guys. Well, we appreciate you tuning in.
Appreciate you guys hanging on with us.
Come back next week. We'll be opening a couple of set booster boxes, hopefully, depending on how much my order got cut, obviously.
Yep.
And until then, Grove Gamers Guild, where everybody knows your game.